What's up, y'all? I just want to talk to y'all about your purpose and your passion, how to find it, and just to help you navigate through this journey, because it's not an easy journey. So, disclaimer: I'm gonna put this out here first. There's no guarantees. Soon as you decide to say, "Hey, it's only one way from here," I'm not taking no for an answer. It is what it is. I'm finna make this dream come true. I'm gonna make this thing happen or I'm gonna die trying. That's when it go from easy to Hall of Fame mode. Straight up. That's when it go from easy to hard. That's when the difficulty level goes to the max. I just wanted to throw that out there. Okay? So, first, finding your purpose. That is a little tricky. I ain't even gonna lie. That's kind of tricky. That was hard for me to figure that out. But I asked myself a few questions. One of the questions I asked was, what would I be doing right now if I had all the money in the world and I just was bored at the crib and was like, hey, I want to do something? What would I want to do? Because at that, I asked myself that question in particular because you got all the money in the world that you want. So it's not about the money now. You're doing this because this is something you like to do. So that was the first question I had to ask myself. Second thing I did, um, I prayed about it, of course. Of course, I prayed about it. And the third thing I did was I fasted, like straight up. I wanted to know this. I was determined to figure this out about myself. And them three things together got me where I wanted to go. I fasted, but I fasted for like 2 days. About 2 days. I was going for three, but it was 2 days. And within those 2 days, I was praying and meditating 3 times a day. Just asking God, like, look, this is what I want to know. I need to know what my purpose is. What can I do for the rest of my life that I will not be bored with? What can I do that can take my life and my family to the next level? You know what I'm saying? Like, those were my prayers at that time. That was my meditation. That was my mantra. So that's how I did that. You know what I'm saying? That's how I figured out my purpose. And it's been working out pretty well. But it's definitely not an easy journey. Once you figure that out, then it gets tough. And it's like it's a tough it's a tough situation. But we'll get into that. But once you figure that out, you gotta come up with a plan. You gotta come up with a plan. And while you're coming up with that plan, you got to think that plan through from the beginning to the end. No, it's not going to go as planned. Like, it's not. But if you got a plan, you know where your destination is. You know where you're going. You know what you're striving for. You know what you're doing. And with that knowledge or that wisdom from your plan, you know what to look for. You know what bits of information you can take and apply to your life, what lessons you can apply to your goal. You get what I'm saying? So that plan is very important. You gotta have a plan. Without a plan, you planning to fail. It just ain't gonna happen without no plan. And you gotta create those small goals from A to B to C to Z. Like, you gotta create those small goals because those small goals keep you inspired. Those are your refreshers, so to speak. Those are your refreshers. You're gonna be like, hey, I'm getting somewhere. I'm getting somewhere. I got my first sale. Oh, I'm getting somewhere. I finally got these new products. I'm getting somewhere. Like, I finally made $100. I'm getting somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, those small goals and milestones keep you going. It keep you inspired. It keep you growing. Another thing, you gotta stay inspired. You have to stay inspired. That part right there is pretty hard because it's just only so many people who are around you that is thinking the way you thinking and doing what you're doing. So therefore, you have to look elsewhere. You have to look on YouTube for motivational speakers. You gotta read books. You gotta find artists and people that you can look up to. So it could be an artist, it could be maybe your family member or somebody you know who close to your family or consider you as family has kind of went down that same journey, that same path, and you can gain a lot of wisdom from them. And it keeps you going because they see it in you, and they constantly feed you with wisdom and knowledge, and they constantly, as long as you playing your part, and they can help you where you mess up. They can help you see the dead end ahead before you get there. You get what I'm saying? So that you can change course. But you also gotta stay focused. Like that's super important as well, because soon, like I just said in my disclaimer, as soon as you make your mind up, like, look, ain't no way but this way. I don't care how hard it is. I don't care what I gotta go through. I'm gonna make this happen. That's when distractions come out of everywhere. So if you want to invest in a property or you are trying to start a business, trust and believe. Trust and believe. The J's that came out when you was in middle school, oh, they gonna re-release. They gonna re-release. Oh, that phone that you've been wanting, oh, it's gonna go on sale. That shirt, that outfit, everything. Car gonna break down. Let's not, we don't want to talk about all that, but I'm just saying it's gonna happen. Life is gonna definitely happen, because now you're fighting against the current. Now you're trying to do something that not many people do, and you're really serious about it, and you're inspired, and you're motivated, and you got a plan. You got your ducks in a row, so your chances for success are a lot greater than the person who just, you know what I'm saying, just, I'm finna do this, and don't know if it's their purpose, don't know if that's for them, don't know if that's their calling or nothing. Oh, I'm finna do this. Like, your ducks are in a row, and you're fighting against the current now because you have a fighting chance. So, also, make sure that things align. When you get on this journey, like, granted, we all got responsibilities, bills, rent, you know what I'm saying, car notes, insurance, whatever, right? Make sure that if it's possible, it might not be possible for everybody, but if it's possible, find a job that aligns with your purpose. So if you want to be a nail tech, like, put yourself in a position to get into a job that you can use those skills. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you need the certificate. Okay, well, get your hours up. You get what I'm saying? Like, whatever it is, get your hours up. Oh, you want to start a business. All right, cool. Well, start looking at people on Facebook who can help you start this business. You know what I'm saying? Like, make so that you can know what to do with your money. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real though, I kind of got off a topic right there. But to make sure that you know what to do with your money, because distractions is going to pile up. You need to find things and make things align. So while you at work, you need to be thinking about this purpose, this passion. That's got to fuel you to get through them 8 hours, them 10 hours, them 12 hours. Like, it got to fuel you. You know what I'm saying? My daughter over there sick, so she sleep, but just so y'all can know. Anyway, yeah. If you can't find a job that aligns with your purpose. If you got people skills that suck, you need to find a customer service job. Like, find your weaknesses and find your strengths and play into those. You know what I mean? See the situation for what it is and play into those. All right, I'm weak in this area, but I know I need to be dominant in that area. Communication or people skills or emotional control. Like, you gotta make sure everything aligns. You gotta prepare yourself along this journey for success. So when you get to where you're trying to be, you can handle those situations. And things are gonna most definitely get very, very, what's the word? Very hard. I'm thinking of a word, but I can't think of it. So things are gonna get very hard. And I need you to know, do not let that sway you, because you knew what you was signing up for when you jumped off the porch talking about you finna make this dream come true. Like, don't be an idiot and not hold down your job. and you ain't got no sales yet. You ain't even got your website up yet. You ain't even got your first customer yet. You ain't even bought your real estate property yet. You ain't, whatever you trying to dive into, like, make sure you play your cards right, and make sure that you're smooth with your move, because like, this ain't for the weak, and you got to be a great thinker to make this happen. So make sure that you study up on what you're trying to do. Like, for real though, man, I went to the Goodwill, like, and this goes into studying up. I went to the Goodwill and got a book called Business 10 or something like that, right? A whole college book. That book helped me so much. That book was about 50 cents. You know what I'm saying? Like, make sure that you are constantly looking for wisdom and knowledge so that you can grow and be who you trying to be. For real, like, make sure that you save up that money. Like, you know what I'm saying? Delayed gratification is what it's called. Once you get some momentum built up in that delayed gratification, you'll be all right. But it's the beginning of everything that's the hardest. No matter what you're doing, the beginning's going to be the hardest. But once you get in the middle, it's smooth sailing. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, you're going to have bumps in the road. But just, like, make sure that you play your cards right. Like, I cannot stress enough, this ain't for the weak. If you ain't got tough skin, you can't have this. This ain't for you. Straight up, like, this ain't for you. Because, like I just told you, as soon as you make up your mind, that's when it get harder. You know, and then life happens. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta keep the optimism. You gotta stay optimist. Optimist? I don't know. You gotta stay optimistic. You gotta stay optimistic on this journey, because if you take it too serious, you're gonna be down, depressed, and out of the loop of things because you're so down. Like, it's a roller coaster ride. You know what I'm saying? And just remember that it's a roller coaster ride, and it's not guaranteed, but it's definitely worth it. But you gotta play your cards right. You can make it happen. You can make it happen. You can be that entrepreneur. You can be that real estate person who flipping houses. You can be that carpenter. You can be that person that you want to be. You can be that influencer, whatever it is, man. But you gotta stay on it. You gotta stay dedicated, and you gotta stay committed, because that consistency is key. You're going to fall 1,000,000 times. You're gonna fall 10 times. You're gonna fall 100 times. But you gotta make sure that you get up that 101 time. You gotta remember, like, all right, well, you gotta learn from your mistakes. Every time you fall, it ain't a loss. Every time you lose, ain't a loss. It's a lesson and a blessing. You know what I'm saying? So watch how you leap past that situation now that you learned that lesson and got that blessing. Like, you got to be okay with taking losses and getting denied. People going to deny you all the time. You have to make sure that you are positive this whole thing through, though. You got to stay positive this whole thing through. Because if you pessimistic and not optimistic, you already lost, bro. If you thought you was going to jump off the porch and follow this goal, this dream, and you thought it was going to be one way, and you thought it was going to be easy, bro, and you thought it wasn't going to be hard, you're sadly mistaken. Make sure that you stay positive. Like, for real, though. Like, that's key. Because life going to get hard, and it's going to be looking like, dang, I don't know if I can keep going. I want to keep going. I don't know if I can keep going. But then you keep going. Like, you keep going. Because at a certain point, you come too far to turn around. So just make sure that you stick to the script, man. Hold it down, chest up, chin out, stick to the script.